How you guys doing today? Romaniel here from Access Gourmet. We are so excited for this pairing with Nickelbrook for our food and pairing combination. Today we have our Cold Pop New England IPA from Nickelbrook. Very, very strong citrus, creamy finish to the back end of it, and we're going to pair it today with a seafood bouillabaisse. Now that seafood bouillabaisse is gonna have a little bit of the saffron in there. We've combined that Cold Pop with a little bit of that tropical note to it. That's gonna really, really give us a good finish. So we're gonna walk through today of essentially how to prepare this dish and how to be able to finish it off just for a nice summer day. So we're gonna start, for us today, we have some nice jumbo scallops, we have some 1820 shrimps here, and we have some mussels as well. Your seafood combination can vary depending on what you're looking for. It all depends on what your taste is. So how we're gonna start this today is we are going to get our seafood seared off, and then we are going to combine them. Now, for this dish, a couple things that I want to reiterate and make sure that we understand. One, pasta is one of the greatest things that we can use to be able to combine in the summertime, winter, or fall. It really works whenever you want to. Also, with this dish, it is about really, butter makes everything better, and we're gonna mount some nice butter on the back end of this to be able to finish off with a little bit of reduction for what we're looking for. So, we wanna get our pans nice and hot. And what we're looking to do, again, nice smoking point from our pan to be able to finish off with a touch of oil. Our salt and pepper is our basic seasoning that we're gonna use. You can go in any variations that you'd like. Some people like to use seasoning salt, some people like a little garlic powder in there, all depending on what you're looking to do. So we're gonna get that pan nice and hot. We're gonna start with our scallops, make our way to our shrimp, and then we're gonna finish it off with our mussels. Now, it's important for you to remember, when you're incorporating your seafood, you don't wanna overcook the seafood. You wanna have it nice and moist. So you wanna keep your seafood cooking to a minimum. All you're looking to do is to be able to get your color and then remove from the pan to finish off with your sauce of reduction. So we're gonna get that pan nice and hot. A little salt and pepper on that scallop. For Father's Day, I highly recommend you get those nice jumbo scallops. Dad's gonna like those scallops a little bit bigger, not those little tiny ones. They disappear before you even know that they're there. So you wanna be able to aim for those the U10s or even the jumbo scallops if that's what Dad's looking for this day. Or Mom, never know. So we're gonna get our scallops in. We do have a couple containers here to just transfer those guys over to. All we're looking to do is to get a nice color on both sides of those, okay? As those goes, I want to talk to you a little bit about our saffron mix here. So this is a little bit of chicken stock that we reduced down. So we had probably around 5 liters of chicken stock. We infused it with some beautiful Spanish saffron, a little bit of butter, a touch of that Cold Pop infusion as well to kind of give us that citrus blend, along with an actual fresh squeezed lime and lemon in there as well. Okay? So as you can see from our scallop, because they're so big, you can get a nice caramelization on them and still not overcook those. So we're just gonna finish off the second side. We're gonna remove those from our pan and then get our shrimps in here as well. Same thing again, a little salt and pepper. Once you have finished off your seafood, you're gonna put them on the side. Your mussels are gonna wait for the back end as well. Once you finish your shrimp, you're gonna get your saffron mixed right into your pan, and then you're gonna essentially start to put together the final touches of your dish. You don't need any more oil in that pan, so you wanna keep that nice and dry. We're just gonna pour all of our sauce in here. We have some beautiful grape tomatoes that's gonna add a nice little touch of sweetness and a nice little acid as well, just to be able to complement that tropical creaminess on the back end from that Cold Pop. And get those in there. And then we are also going to start with that butter that I mentioned earlier. We're gonna get half a teaspoon of butter in there. We're gonna begin that reduction. Now, for our purposes today, we want to have you can have your pasta cooked off. You can have dried pasta, fresh pasta, whatever you'd like. For our purposes today, we are going to be using fresh pasta, pappardelle pasta, in order to be able to finish our dish. So we're going to reduce this down by a complete half Once that's reduced down by half, we're gonna begin to mount our seafood in. Now this dish is going to, again, you wanna be able to reduce all the flavors down to really, really be able to marry everything together and be able to get that finishing touches for what you're looking for, okay? Now we have cooked off our pappardelle pasta. You want to cook it probably around 80 to 90% of the way. You don't need to cook it too far because we are going to put it back into our actual finished pasta dish. If you overcook your pasta, you're going to have little pasta noodles overcooked soft. It's just going to be a mess. So you want to be able to make sure, again, cook it to 80, 90%, and then you can finish it in your pasta dish as well. Okay? I also recommending saving seasoning for the back end. If you season too much on the back, the front, by the time your sauce reduces down, you might have a little too much salt or a little too much pepper. So you want to make sure, finish your seasoning on the back end of that dish as well. Okay, so as this dish starts to be able to reduce down, you can add your mussels in now. Now your mussels are going to need to open up completely. So for my dish, I want to have probably, I'll go 5 mussels or so. Again, that mussel is going to give my sauce flavor, and it is also going to cook out perfectly into my dish. So as this sauce reduces down, what you want to, again, you want to make sure that you are cooking that seafood all together. You don't want to overcook your seafood. So I've added my shrimp back in here. My scallop can go into my dish now. And as that sauce begins to cook down, that fragrance just really be able to play together, that you can really be able to tell the flavor profile from the cold pop, because you can really get that New England IPA, that citrus blend really starts to come to fruition. I'm actually excited to be able to have this pasta with that beer, or I might just have the beer first. I haven't decided as yet, but again, there's a reason why these pair so well together, and it's a really nice dish, whatever the occasion is going to be. So we're around halfway done our reduction here, so we can add our pasta into our dish. And as I mentioned earlier, I will not undersell you. We're gonna add a little touch more butter in there. So we're gonna add probably another ½ teaspoon of butter. And what that butter is just gonna make this dish a lot more rich. From a health standpoint, it is not the ideal, but we're gonna we can make modifications. Coconut milk is a really nice adjustment to this as well. Good fat content, a healthier fat content, a little bit more rich, and it actually also is going to provide you with similar contrast in richness and texture as well. So coconut milk is definitely going to be a addition or modification that you can look to make on this dish. Okay? So we've reduced down our sauce. We've gotten our seafood to cook this done perfection. All it is right now is plate this dish up and finish this off. Now, with such an amazing dish, you want to be able to feature all that amazing seafood. So once you go to plate this dish, a little trick is you want to grab all your pasta in the middle of your pot, and you're gonna set that guy right in a nice center point.